What's going on YouTube? This is Rob A again, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Prime Deluxe Sergeant Cup. Now, I know I'm a little bit late to the game with this guy as he's been out for a while, and actually I've had this toy for a couple of months, to be honest, and I haven't opened it and I haven't reviewed it. The reality is I'd been kind of holding out, hoping that we would get a red Ironhide version first, because from all the pictures that I've seen, I really prefer this mold as Ironhide. I have the Cyberverse, and I think it's really, really cool looking, and I was just kind of hoping against hope that we'd see Ironhide come out of States. As you can see, Sergeant Cup basic Prime packaging, DVD included. How very exciting. The back of the box, you can see there he is in robot mode, all photoshopped up for you. And truck mode and all that fun stuff. Bottom of the box, or package, we have Rumble, which you've already seen me do, Shadow Strike Bumblebee, which I'm not going to get, and Arachnid, which only if you guys really, really, really want me to do a review on that one will I go out and pay $10 or whatever for a toy that I know is a piece of garbage. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the tech specs. As you can see, he's got very high courage, very high endurance. A skill I would have thought would be a little bit higher for, you know, somebody who's supposed to be Sergeant Cup. But that's fine. It's not bad. It's decent stuff. And we'll take a quick look at his bio. Let's see. There's a rumor among younger Autobots that Sergeant Cup is laser-proof. He has a habit of walking calmly through even the thickest crossfire to deliver advice or encouragement to raw recruits cowering under cover. The bots that serve under him think he might have a screw loose somewhere, but they'd still gladly follow him anywhere. And as you can see, snap-on cannons, yada yada, all that fun stuff. So without further ado, I'm just going to get this guy out of the package and see what he's all about. I'll see you guys in a second. Okay guys, here is Sergeant Cup in vehicle mode, and yeah. He's pretty neat. He rolls well. He's got plenty of clearance underneath. All of his wheels are the plastic clips. You can see there, but they spin pretty freely. You can see there's not really a whole lot of robot kibble, but he does have an unfortunate gap in the back of his truck bed. And of course he has a false windshield underneath here. Other than that, there's not a whole heck of a lot to him. He's basically this green color all over with a little bit of metallic-y kind of lime on the sides and on the top, and then just some kind of brushed nickel color I would have to describe it as, or maybe a steel. Just a kind of off silver on the front. He doesn't have any headlights painted in or taillights, as you can see. That's about it. His cannon weapons can plug into the back of the truck or onto the sides here. Although, unfortunately, and you can see kind of the detailing inside the cannon barrel. Unfortunately, the plugs on the sides are fairly loose, so hopefully that won't become an issue later on, but these also become his arms in robot mode. One thing you can do with the cannon, you can take the two halves and just kind of plug them into one another here, and yeah, then you have like just a big honking gun. You can kind of stick on the side here. Not very well, but he can hold it better in robot mode. So we'll put this aside. We'll go do a quick size comparison. Here he is with the Deluxe Viacon, and unfortunately the Viacon is a little bit bigger than this guy. And that's kind of sad. Obviously his vehicle mode is taller, but the Viacon just seems to have more mass to it. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode. I think we're just going to go ahead and transform this guy. and then we'll take a look at his robot mode. Okay, so to transform this guy, what we want to do is just basically unplug the roof of the cab here from these two tabs, and then we can come to the front and just kind of pull this piece up. And so basically this whole front end comes unplugged and then can kind of get up and out of the way there. And we're going to come around to the sides and just pull these bits out. These are going to become part of the shoulders for Cup here. And the arms, which are the whole sides of the vehicle, just pop right out. Just come up on a little hinge, and they don't really lock in, you just kind of sit them up in there, and they should stay okay. Then take the sides of the truck itself and just fold them right in like that, and there you have an arm. Do the same thing on the other side. There's your other arm. And just split the legs. It's a little tight here, but you just split that. Just turn the legs around. And this whole midsection here, you can see there's a gap right here. You can just push that right up, and that pops his head out. And while we're at it, we'll take a good close look at his face. Hopefully we can get the camera to, there we go. You can see he's got kind of a weird, I don't know, cat face. Maybe even a little Ron Perlman in there. Put some nice paint on the eyes. And we're going to come around the back, and you can see there is a big plug on the inside of his car roof, I guess you'd call it. You want to make sure these are all the way out to the side, and then we're just going to split this up at the top. And it's a little tight, so just be careful, don't get crazy with it. And then this whole piece comes down. It's going to go underneath the shoulder bits here. Pull this up and over, and then there are two tabs on the insides that are going to plug into these little slots right here, and those are going to form come around, pull the sides out. It's very similar to the Cyberverse. And then his feet come out, side, feet, feet, and that goes back a little bit anyway. And yeah, there you have Cup, Sergeant Cup, whatever you prefer to call him. And he's okay. I gotta be perfectly honest, I think I actually prefer the Cyberverse toy a little bit. It just seems more, I don't know, it just seems more. So the first thing is, I'm not sure what the deal is with this piece. Honestly, it looks like it was originally meant to maybe like flip or like spin around during transformation and rest against the back of the top of the car. Because if you actually just pull this right off, stick it back on, it just folds right down like that, and then you have a much cleaner looking figure. So that's what I've been doing, and you can do it or not. I know it's kind of parts forming, but I think it's not too cheaty. So as I showed you before, you can plug his cannons together, and then you can stick them in his hand here. Though there we go. And his cannons do in fact have an indentation in them, a little hollow spot that goes over the car bits in his robot form, so it holds onto the cannons very nicely. You can also, of course, split them, have dual cannons in his hands there. Or if you like the more movie aesthetic, you can always just plug them into his forearms like that. Yeah, see? Alright. So, articulation on this guy. He's got pretty limited in the head. It is on a ball joint, but you can't make it do too much more than turn left to right. And it's really hard to get your fingers in there to do it. Again, movement is limited on his arms because his elbows are ball joints, so they can do, they can spin and turn. No wrist articulation, no waist. His hips are on ball joints. They're very, very stiff ball joints as well. He has a thigh swivel and a knee, and of course he's got decent ankle articulation because his foot is on a ball joint. So he has a little bit of ankle tilt, just a teensy bit, due to that. That's really it for articulation. Some size comparisons we'll do real quick here. Here he is with the Viacon again, and as you can see, he is quite small. I mean, he's kind of stocky, but still, he's a small vehicle. He's a small robot. Kind of a bummer, honestly. So, I mean, you'll have to make the call whether or not you think he's worth just it. For a fun size comparison, for all you Petro Rabbit fans out there, here he is with the Masterpiece Grimlock. Of course, Grimlock doesn't want to even get into the camera, but here he is with Grimmy, and aren't they just lovely together? Oh, how sweet. So yeah, that's it for Transformers Prime Sergeant Cup. I gotta say, I was expecting to like this guy a lot more than I do. If they release a red Ironhide version, I honestly don't know that I'll actually. Maybe if it comes out in the Beast Hunters line and it's got all the Beast Hunters armor or whatever, the spikes and everything else, and it's remolded, I might consider it then. But other than that, he's just really short and just overly tiny, kind of like some of the Generations. But even for that, he's rather diminutive. So he's an okay figure, but he's very flawed. And he is a bit fiddly. Unfortunately, he's just not. He's not that fun. Like I have figures that are have a lot of flaws, but you kind of let it go. You see past it because they're just very fun toys. But this guy, unfortunately, is just kind of a letdown. It's unfortunate. But that's it for this review. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Give me a like if you found this video helpful. And, of course, subscribe and see what else I've got coming down the line. Hopefully some new Transformers. We've got more Beast Hunters and some new Creo and stuff like that. So thank you guys so very much for watching, as always. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.